might want to see
That's
how
for
you
you.
look on TV afterwards.
We
Or
were-
maybe not,
We were
huh?
on TV last night on the news
You were? What
Yeah.
for?
for the toy drive that they're doing.
Oh,
The news is doing a toy drive, and we make like marble runs for
Uh-huh.
the kids.
did you get to see yourself?
Yeah. It was pretty
Okay,
cool.
so my name is Gail. I'm really a nurse. I
Nice.
don't work at Dutch Brothers, but I go to Dutch Brothers. And so I understand you might be interested in getting a job at Dutch
Yeah.
Brothers. Okay, so it's nice
Mine's
to meet.
Bo.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you. So let's see. I've got some questions to ask you. Let me take a minute to write your name in here so I don't get started talking. While I'm doing this, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a hard worker. I'm honest, on time, and just work hard and get the jobs done that I need to.
Okay.
And if
And-
you ask me something, I'll get it done.
Okay. So tell me what do you like to do for fun?
Well, we ride ATVs and go to the dunes a lot.
Oh,
Family.
with your family?
Yeah.
And you live on South Road?
Yeah.
Okay. And have you've gone to Gaston
For 9 years,
since you were little?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit.
Okay.
We've lived here for 9 years.
Okay.
We moved from St. Helens to here.
Uh-huh. Okay, so if you were trying to think of 3 words that best describe you, how would you describe yourself?
Hard worker, honest, and like determined to get the job done.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me write that down because I might forget. Are those things that your mom would say about you?
Probably.
Okay, and this is a hard one for everybody. Sometimes I think this is a harder one to answer. What do you think is your biggest weakness? What do you
I
struggle
don't know. Sometimes if people are rude to you, it's kind of hard to put on like a happy face. Like if you're working at like say a game store or something, or like Fred Meyer's, if somebody's rude to you, it's kind of hard to just push it off.
Uh-huh.
I guess.
Okay. And
But-
if you had a personal experience like that?
I would just say, like if it was at a game store or something and like they didn't like the game or something and they got mad at you, I'd just say, well, you can return it and get your money back, or you can pick out something else to exchange it with.
Okay. And if you were selected for a position at Dutch Brothers, so if you were in Dutch Brothers, that's a pretty, and someone, so what do you, let's see, what did you say you thought, so you thought your weakness was that you would have a hard time being.
Hard time dealing with rude people, but
There you
I
go.
could do it.
Okay. And so how would you do that? How would you overcome that?
If they like say their coffee isn't good, I would probably remake it, or like if they tell you to add some stuff or
Because
anything that they want.
they're not talking about you personally.
Yeah, it's just
Right.
your coffee making skills.
Okay. And how do you define success? Like let's say success in terms of like getting like the job. Well, how do you define success at it?
Success at getting a job, you have to be determined to keep, like if they're not answering you, keep calling them, or
Okay.
keep going into where you're trying to apply.
Okay. And how do you define what it looks like? What does success look like for you personally? Like what do you, as far as your goals?
Success, are you saying like what's my goals like
Okay, let's say like in the next year or so.
next year? Well, when I graduate, I want to go to, well, I'll have a job, but I'll be going to trade school.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be going to trade school and then be working.
Okay, so what do you think you'll be taking in school? What do you plan
I
on
want to
taking?
be well, in the trade school they have a program that gives you like all the mechanical needs that you need like to do any mechanical like job
Mhm.
for like ATVs, diesel trucks, regular cars, like all that. And I wanted to go into that program.
Mhm. Do you work on your ATVs at home?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you feel like you have you're good at that?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
something I'm interested in.
Okay, so let me ask you this. If this is going to be a hard one, this is a hard job question to answer. If you think you're good at mechanical stuff,
Mm-hmm.
why do you want me to hire you at Dutch Brothers?
Well, at Dutch Brothers, we go there. Well, my mom goes there and like knows the manager of like this area,
Mm-hmm.
so we go there a lot, and I like coffee. I like to make people happy.
Okay, so even though that's not your best skill, that looks like something fun you'd like to do
Yeah.
for a job? Okay, good. Can you describe a group project? It could be like school, or look where he put this thing. It's not put there for you, is it? Oh well, it'll work. You can watch
I can
yourself.
still hear.
Yeah. Okay. Can you describe a group project, like maybe in school or your church or on a team or something that you do, that you were involved in and a role you played? Like it could be something that Mrs. Tidwell had you guys work on together.
Well, like in
or-
a sport, I was playing football, and I had some medical problems. I had to get surgery and stuff, but I after that just went back and like was the manager of the team and
Uh-huh.
like helped keep the momentum up and
Oh, good for you. Okay, so even though you weren't able
kept
to
everybody
play,
happy.
you
and
stayed in.
Yeah,
Yeah, good, good.
I stayed in the fight.
So, and on your experience, when you're working in a group,
Mhm.
what does it take to be successful working in a group environment?
Everybody has to be like determined to get their job done, and everybody has to be working together, being nice and not saying rude comments to get everybody mad and off track.
Okay, good, good. Can you? So let me look at what you've. Oh, you have some experience working at GameStar in Hillsborough.
Yeah, that's my uncle owns 12 stores,
Mhm.
GameStar, and then my dad owns 2. So it's like a family-owned business kind of.
Uh-huh. And
And they're all around Oregon, and one's in Washington now.
okay. So I'm gonna guess you probably have good computer skills then if you're
Computer, and I'm good with people. It's, I don't know how to really explain it,
Uh-huh.
but I'm good with people. It's just sometimes when people are like really rude to you, like I can manage people that are rude to you, but it's like when they're like really rude and just
I think that's exceptional
saying
for somebody
verbal
your age. That's,
comments, and
right. Have people been rude to you at the GameStar store?
haven't had any acquaintances with people like that, but I've heard of other people that have, and
Uh-huh.
they deal with it fine.
That is hard. So you've worked as a cashier and you've done inventory
Yeah.
and some cleanup and all sorts of
I
stuff
do,
there.
and now I'm doing construction work down by the Wapato Valley Church.
Oh.
Down there.
Can you describe? This is kind of makes it hard to like.
Done a lot of different jobs.
Yeah, you have. For how old you are, you have done a lot of jobs.
Construction and farm work and everything you can probably think of.
Mhm. And so, can you describe a work-related problem and the actions you took to solve it?
Well,
That's hard to
what I'm
think.
working at now is we're working on construction, and like I have an employee kind of, like, he is an employee, but like I'm a boss, but my dad's like the boss because my dad's a
Right.
general contractor, but like does the game store stuff
Uh-huh.
on the side. So I'm a boss, and like he'll be like, oh, I don't really want to work today, so I'll call him and say that, like, you have to work today or you're gonna get like deducted pay, or
Mhm.
like your hours are gonna get.
So you've had to deal with some things with other people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Would you just, when you work in a group, like at the store or like on volunteer things,
Yeah.
do you ever feel like you're a leader, or are you, how would you describe your role?
It depends on the situation, but most of the time I think I'm a leader and
Okay,
take
And-
control of most of the things that
Okay.
are happening.
okay,
Try to make everything better.
okay. And why should we hire you at Dutch Brothers?
Well, I like coffee a lot. I drink it pretty oftenly,
Mhm.
and I just like the atmosphere there and environment. And
It seems like a
everybody's-
friendly
yeah.
atmosphere, huh? That seems, so that is,
I feel like it fits my needs for right now.
okay. Do you have any questions for me about about the job?
Not really. I just would like to know like how much hours,
Okay.
what pay,
Okay.
that kind of stuff.
Okay, you're the first person that's asked me the pay,
Mhm.
and, I keep thinking maybe that's because we know it's fake. I don't really have,
Yeah.
yeah. But I think that's okay to ask,
Mhm.
you know. Do you,
It's not like you're gonna know that you're gonna get like a $12 hour raise right now.
mhm,
You'll start out slow and go up.
and that's
from there.
okay with you?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. So, in Dutch Brothers, how they stand out from the other coffee companies is, their personal service they give, you know, like they have, the baristas are friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you have the capacity
To be friendly.
to be really friendly all the time, even if
Mhm.
it's some grouchy old lady or a
Yeah.
guy or whatever you do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how do you know that? Do you have any other job experience that tells you that you're good at
That
that?
I'm friendly. Well, working at the store, people will be coming in and you have to greet them nicely and say, how you doing? Like, what are you looking for? That kind of stuff.
Right.
And it's just like, I'm kind of used to doing that stuff.
Mhm. Good. Okay.
I've had a lot of experience with like communication with other people in stores.
Good.
And, like,
Good.
all that stuff.
So let me take a minute to look at this and see if I have any other. Okay. Okay, well, I think that's all, and it was very, I'm gonna give you your resume back in case you need it for, it was very nice to meet you. Do you have any other questions for me?
Not really.
Okay.
Did I do a good job?
Yes, you did, you did a good job, yeah. You know what you did a really good job at is, when I asked you about the customer service at Dutch Brothers, and then I gave you a minute to think about it, and you put the 2 points together that you did customer service at the game store,
Mm-hmm.
that was what I wanted to hear,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because I was already thinking, okay, he worked at the store and talked to people that maybe weren't nice or rude or whatever, but that you put those two together, because that was the answer I wanted to hear,
Yeah.
and that's a good thing to, so if you're interviewing for a job, that's an important thing to be able
To put in what
what
you've
they-
done before and
right, how it works,
Connect
what
it.
they're looking for,
yeah.
yeah, what the person's looking for, good job.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Hit that little red there, would you?